Hello gamers. This Switch 2 edition sets a scary precedent. By Arlo. Now, as you might have noticed, I have jumped ahead of the video somewhat, as I have skipped ahead of his Jamboree TV review, and I am interested in what he has to say about the scary precedent, to be honest. That's a bit more what I'm interested in. The Jamboree TV thing, I haven't bought, because I'm not really much of a Mario Party guy. I've heard it's just not that good, and that's kind of it. I'm curious as to what precedent he's talking about here. I think I might be able to get what he means, in that one of the weird things with Jamboree TV is that it's kind of separate from Jamboree as a whole, which is like really, really weird. But then again, you also have like Kirby and the Forgotten Land and Star Crossed World, which kind of integrates themselves perfectly into each other. But that was obviously before this came out, so he wasn't to know that. I'm interested to see what he has to say about the scary precedent. Is it a perspective I've not considered before? Or is Arlo going to be an Arlo man again? Let's find out, gamers.
Entirely separate. There is no crosstalk whatsoever. You can access the basic Mario Party mode from Jamboree TV, and this is how you play with the new rules variants and integrate the new mini-games. Basically, you get all the new stuff like this through Mario Party mode.
Oh, is that Nathaniel B? Is that Nathaniel B? What the? Guys, we need to play. Guys, I need to buy Jamboree TV so I can play with the camera.
In Jamboree TV, and this means.
And Nathaniel, let's play. Get Nathaniel, let's play. Let's play Jamboree TV. Let's play Jamboree.
None of the progression systems of the base game are present. None of the records or unlocks or anything. So that's a bummer. And all the new content is right there, so there's no way to access any of that in the base game at all. No way to incorporate any of the new stuff into the old experience.
It's really weird. I don't know why.
Yeah, already disappointing. Kind of weird. I guess I get that there's something of a compatibility issue between Switch 1 and Switch 2 versions of the game, and this was their way of cleanly separating the two. It's an
I personally still wouldn't give him a pass for that, if you're being honest, but it's Arlo. Of course he's gonna do that.
Awkward solution.
Nightmare blunt rotation? What do you mean? You wouldn't want to hang around, hang on, can I get rid of the time bar? You want to hang out Yoshilla? Oh, I actually know this guy somewhat. There's what's it, Sten? I don't know if Sten's in the chat today, but he did like he invited me on for a collab, which I'm not going to talk about because it's, we'll find out about it soon. And like Yoshilla was there, so I met him. He's a Mario guy, all right? He trusts me. He's a Mario guy and he wears it on his sleeve. Roger's base, all your base all belong to us. And we got Nathaniel fucking Gaming. Come on now. He's kind of cool. And then Alec and Stuff. Come on, Pit, take that back, okay? I would. Ayo, Bandy. What's like the craziest thing you've ever done, bro? Craziest thing I've ever done? Fucking hell. Let's say by the time, I went to a bar and I started telling people I was Nathaniel B. I showed them my social blade. You fucking did not. You fucking. I know you fucking didn't. No, I was there, man. It's Alec talking. No, man, I was there, man. This guy, I was telling him we gotta go home. He's like, trust me, you don't want to see Bandy when he's had a jack or two, man. It's like, fuck, really? He's just a bit, he's a bit crazy. He's like that. And the Yoshilla's there like, I like Mario. Honestly, I think it'd be fun.
Sorta get it, almost. Here's the real kicker, though. The upgraded presentation, the higher resolution, sharper textures, all that. Mm-hmm. Not present in the base game,
which was very weird. That when I found that out, gamers, that was I went on Twitter. This is how I found this out, by the way, guys. I was on Twitter and somebody like quote tweeted dunking on Nintendo about this. Yeah, just to clarify, chat, you know how like the Jamboree TV stuff runs at like more resolution? That doesn't retroactively apply to the base game. You could buy the Switch 2 edition of Jamboree, of Super Mario Party Jamboree, and it doesn't have any of the like the stuff you would expect from even a free upgrade pack. That's crazy. Like I was like, what even was this upgrade pack a joke? Because like think about it, as of now I just played Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Star Crossed World. Fantastic. So I'm just like, what are we doing? Yeah, they literally just updated today. I'm like, why wasn't that part of the thing for $20? That's crazy. Then they just fixed it. I don't care if they just fixed it. The fact that it wasn't there at base is insane. That is genuinely insane and horrible.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah. You heard me. Only Jamboree TV has better visuals. The base game does not. The base game is still essentially the Switch 1 version.
Mm-hmm. Crazy that, huh? Get angry, Arlo. Yell at them. Arlo, yell at them. Yell at them. Arlo, this is the part where you turn red, Arlo. Because okay, in all fairness, it's not like the biggest, craziest thing. But like, it is like genuinely like sketch, isn't it? It's like, I'd be a bit pissed. If I was a Mario Party guy, like, I'm not, so I didn't make a video about it. But like, I would fucking be a bit pissed. I'd be like at least moderately peeved. Do you know what I mean? Well, like, what are you doing, Nintendo? This is a joke.
Nintendo discourse has been a tad tumultuous recently.
I wasn't expecting the people online. I wasn't expecting that, Arlo. Now, okay, now give him a chance, chat. Where is he going with this? No, wait, hang on. Chat, I want you to hold. Hold. Wait. I want everyone to wait right now. Everyone hold. Okay, I want to see some holds in the chat. Hold, gamers. He could be transitioning us. Hold. I'm not giving him any shtick for this just yet. Hold. We're gonna wait.
Recently, Nintendo has made some decisions this generation that have proven rather controversial.
To say the least, yeah.
Charging $80 for Mario Kart World.
Diabolical.
That really set the fire, I think.
Yep.
That scared people. And since then, there's been a really big shift in the community. There is a portion of the...
Hold, chat. Hold. What you mean to say, Arlo, is there's a big shift in the community, and rightfully so. I'll let you continue, though. Hold.
Nintendo fandom who have essentially turned on the company, who feel that it is now evil. It's such a big topic.
Hold! Okay, hold. Chat, hold. I'm holding. If I'm holding, you're holding, okay?
I don't want to dig into every single thing. I think the situation is a lot more nuanced than most people think.
We're still holding, chat, but what? No, hold, seriously? I will quickly say, this is one of the rare instances, Arlo, where there's legitimately very little nuance. Nintendo, as of despite the Switch 2 being a fantastic console, the fumbles they've been having is genuinely, like, justifiable, the anger. Hold.
That's why I'm a bit of a fence sitter here.
You're making it very hard to hold, Arlo. You're making it hard. Keep holding, gamers. Keep holding.
Don't like everything Nintendo is doing, but I also see a lot of it as totally expected from a massive international public.
Okay, gamers. Okay, yep. Okay, gamers, stop holding. Stop, Arlo. Arlo is simping for the billion-dollar company again. Well done, Arlo. Well done. The president himself, Koizumi, is gonna fucking go under the table for you, broski. Oh no, you're gonna go under the table for him. Make sure you zip it up when you're done, alright? Fucking hell, lad. Fucking hell. Okay, now we'll give him a chance, gamers. We'll give him a chance. When you say this situation is a lot more nuanced than you think it is, I'm gonna say not really. Barely. And if you're going to give me well, what did you expect? It's a billion-dollar company. Okay, what did you expect from us, the consumers? Yeah, like, because realistically speaking, yes, Nintendo's been on a bit of a high lately. They're winning the console war. And they're getting big for their britches. And we don't like Nintendo when they're big for their britches, so we're going to kick up a fuss. So them being big for their britches is expected. Us saying drop the price is expected. So I'll let you. While I told my chat not to hold, doing backflips on it. If it turns out you have given us the nuance, I will tell everyone in the chat to say sorry. Here's your chance, Arlo. Lay on me, broski.
Traded company in their position, considering the greater economic climate, all these monstrous, just unprecedented tariffs, making selling things in this territory more expensive than ever.
Don't care.
Everything is getting more expensive. It's just a whole thing. And I am receiving some pushback for not being angry enough at Nintendo, for still supporting them at all.
Hang on. There's a difference between supporting them at all, because, again, I am someone who's bought a Switch 2. But I am not going to discourage a single person for being angry. No, that's never. You're never in a million years going to catch me doing that, because the anger is justifiable. $80 Arlo, $80. Are you so rich that you've forgotten what $80 is? That's £75, Arlo, for one video game. And Nintendo have opened the floodgates for that. That could have knock-on effects for the entire industry. They've decided to use proprietary software in their docks to stop people from making like knockoff versions as effectively as they could. Arlo. And not to mention the various other controversies that I don't want to get, that I don't remember off the top of my head right now. Like, what are we doing, brother? What are we doing?
For just a couple examples, I was criticized for saying that Welcome Tour is fun, and that even if, yeah, it would have been nice if it was bundled with the Switch 2, it probably does provide $10 worth of enjoyment for the right person.
Okay, and that's, if you've made that review, that's a fair review to make. But what I would say to you is, what did you expect? Like, the hate for Nintendo is high, and unfortunately, there is going to be some, like, residual earthquakes where you might not want any. Right? If you as a reviewer paid for Welcome Tour, something that most of us say probably should have come free, and you've made the justification that, okay, this should have come with a console, but it's $10 worth of fun. That is a fair review for you to put up, and it's fair for people to say it should have come with a console, it should have come with a console. Does that make sense? Because let's say, for example, I played Welcome Tour. I did, but like I don't. It should have come free. Like even if I did play all the mini games, I did finish it. I streamed a bit of it. I did finish the game. I still could not shake the feeling that it should have been free. I did not think it was worth $10. Personally, if you're asking me personally, but if I did, I would have said so. And yeah, there would have probably been some people in my chat going, "But Moresty, it should have been free." And I've been like, "Yeah." And the conversation would have moved on from there. Does that make sense? Like, that's literally what you have to do is, unfortunately, and it's unfortunate, there is going to be some psychic damage that you have to tank, because at the moment it is kind of cool to hate Nintendo, even if it's unjustifiable. But that's just how it is. That's kind of like the bed that every Nintendo YouTuber has collectively made. So that's just kind of, you gotta like ride the highs and the lows, you know? So I can't really say I feel that sorry for you that people are like, oh, like, Arlo, you're being a shill, you're being a shill. It's like, yeah. Do you know what? Hang on. Do you know what I get? Like, listen, I make reaction videos of all sorts. I make reaction videos where I like stuff. I make reaction videos where I don't like stuff. But I have to deal with at least, I would say, 5 of this type of comment a week. It's Sir Moresty, right? I know it is. He's such a toxic YouTuber he that wants to make fun of everyone, like Velicify. Anybody in this chat knows that is categorically not true. Even someone replying to this guy said, that is not true. But am I going to fucking cry myself to sleep about when this happens? No, I delete the person and I move the fuck on with my day. Is it annoying? Yes. But guess what? I do this for a living and they're probably jealous. Well, that's just how it goes. Do you know what I mean? The real ones know that's not the truth. And the ones that don't are people that weren't going to be fans of me anyway. Exactly. The real Arlo fans would know that you're being earnest with your review. And the people telling you you're a shill weren't going to be fans of yours anyway. So, like, even complaining about this video, I think you're giving them way too much time of day. The only reason I even gave that comment at the time of day was to use it as an example. I would have put that in my 100K best comments I've ever gotten compilation. Who's Velicify? That's a story for another day. Okay, but yeah, it's just Arlo, just come on, brother.
People called me out for supporting an anti-consumer practice, but the thing is, I just don't see it that way. Like,
yeah, that's fine.
What about 1-2 Switch? That was every bit as deserving to be a pack-in title. It was a minigame collection designed...
Okay, but like, again, Arlo, you missed the forest for the trees. At the moment, it is kind of cool to hate Nintendo. Most of it is justified, I would say, but unfortunately, some of it is unjustified. That's just what you gotta deal with, broski.
To do
and also, yeah, wasn't that what people were? I remember people were saying this when this came out as well. I think that was revisionist history.
Thing but show off the features of the Joy-Cons. It had substantially less content and overall value than Welcome Tour, and they sold it for $50. 5 times as much, and in 2017 money. Where was the outrage there? Why was that okay? Yeah, sure.
Where was the... I guarantee you, I'm not going to do it right now because it might take me a while, but like I might, okay. What I'm going to do is I don't think it will take me that long to find. Actually, let's hang on, let's try it. Let's try it right now. We'll go on a brief detour. 1-2 Switch. Let's just look at 1-2 Switch. 1-2 Switch. Let's look at like the trailer, for example. I don't know. Nintendo Switch presentation. Let's see if we can find. Let's see if we can find a little bits just right after. First, you look at that like to dislike ratio, crazy, right? Let's see if we can find anything. Look, literally, I have done less than 50 seconds of research, and I've already found one person. Now, of course, one person does a trend not make, but if I wanted to investigate this even more, chat, I could find probably dozens of comments just like this and dozens of videos. Literally, chat, how long was that? Could someone time that, please? Could we get a speedrun timer in the corner? That did not take. I literally just googled 1-2 Switch trailer, first link, boom, immediately. Fuck my life, Arlo. This is diabolical. Actually diabolical. It took me less than a minute to find one comment. That's just one comment. Again, one comment is a trend not make, but one comment was that quick to find. I could probably find fucking hundreds in an hour. Give me an hour, I could find 100 and put it on your desk, broski. Fucking diabolical, brother. Check and. Thank you so much, JD.
I'm tired of people doing the whole "where was the outrage when" argument.
Yeah, it's a dog shit argument, isn't it? Yeah, honestly. And it's even worse when like a critic the size of Arlo does it, right? Arlo should be extremely cognizant of the fact that what's it? Actually, I say this, but this is the same guy who thought Odyssey was divisive. If you guys remember that episode of Moresty, all right? But like, yeah, as like what you should be, especially when you're a critic, I can understand the average internet denizen not understanding this, but as a critic, I am extremely cognizant of the fact that my algorithms or what I see is not the be or end all of discourse. Literally, not 2 days ago, I discovered that there's an entire contingent of Sonic fans that fucking hate Ian Flynn. I didn't know who that man was before like 2 days ago. But that's apparently like a decently sizable debate in the Sonic sphere. Does that make sense? So like, I'm always open to the fact that there's like entire discourses that I'm just not privy to, right? So even if, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't believe you. Even if I believe you that you genuinely saw no 1-2 Switch discourse, how long, chat, did it take me? I want Hot Wheels to do a speedrun timer. How long did it take me to take one comment? And that was like one of the top comments as well. So literally what you could have done was when you're writing this bit in the script, you could have gone, okay, let me look up 1-2 Switch and see what the general take was. But then you wouldn't have done that because it would have gone against this dog shit argument you want to make. What is happening right now? And this guy gets to have 750,000 subs? What a sick joke! This chicanery? Stealing the viewers blind? Oh, not a Arlo! Not a precious Arlo! And he gets to be a critic? What a sick joke. Yeah, it's very annoying, but yeah, you shouldn't, and yeah, that should have gotten pushback too, and, why is it if you didn't complain, why consider enough about this and you can't complain about anything else? Yeah, literally, it's such an arbitrary distinction to make, isn't it? Fucking hell. Fucking hell, Rev. Oh,
we grumbled about it, but why was that not worth boycotting Nintendo over? Why weren't the reviews filled with comments talking about the reviewers supporting?
Okay, but simple. I can literally answer that question for you in 2 seconds. Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild came out along with this, which smoothed over how much of a scam this game was, right? With Welcome to, what did you have? You had an overpriced Mario Kart World, and you had Welcome Tour. Like, Welcome Tour's blushes weren't going to be spared because people were already annoyed about Mario Kart World. 1-2 Switch's blushes were spared because Breath of the Wild is one of the best games to ever exist. I've answered the question for you in 2 seconds, Arlo. And he gets to be a YouTuber? What a sick joke.
Anti-consumer practices. And I really don't like that they raised the prices of their accessories, sure, but again, in 2017 money, Switch 1 accessories were already absurdly, exorbitantly overpriced. Like $100 for a dock, a glorified HDMI port, $80 for a pair of these little Joy-Cons. Again, we grumbled, but we bought it all. Look, I'm not saying it's wrong to be upset or criticize Nintendo, or even to stop supporting them completely if that's what you feel led to do. But I do feel like this narrative shift itself has begun affecting people's perception. We're looking at Nintendo through a different lens now. Nintendo has always done things we don't like. Just an uncountable number of things that we do not like over the years. They make us...
Okay, but what's wrong with starting now then? So? That's the question I'd ask you. So? And firstly, who the hell is we? Like, yeah, guys, did you... Okay, hands up in the chat. Did you buy a dock outside of the dock your Switch came with? Like, I'm one of the rare people that did actually buy a second dock. But you know where I got it from, chat? I got it from fucking eBay. For like 25 quid. Because I was just like, I heard the stories about like foreign docks bricking Switches, so I'm just like, I want to be on the safe side. I want a dock for my desk and a dock for my living room, right? So I don't have to keep like changing everything over. I'm in a unique position where I needed 2 docks, and I was able to find one ready to. I was not paying full price for a dock. Like, you're kidding me. And also when you say, oh, we bought it, oh, like, guys, what is the number one thing people used to complain about with the Joy-Cons, gamers? You're saying like, oh, but we bought it all. Yeah, and guess what? We returned the Joy-Cons to Nintendo when we realized they were drifting like fucking Tokyo, bro. I said, okay, hands up if you guys sent your Joy-Cons back. I did. I sent my initial pair back. And guess what? They drifted again! Fucking unbelievable, man. This revisionist history is actually diabolical. Me many times. This is diabolical. This is actually insane. Fuck you now, bro.
All the time. This is not new. Also, I do have to say, not liking something doesn't automatically make it anti-consumer. Some of this...
Okay, yes. Some of the language is going to get lost in the source. It's up to you as a critic with a larger platform to correct course. Crazy. Crazy, huh? Oh, some people on Twitter want Ian Flynn dead because the writing is bad. Yes, those people are going to be idiots. What you tell people is you tell people not to say that. Tell them that he's not being...
is disappointing or annoying, but not necessarily the sign of a company that has suddenly gone bad. It feels like for whatever reason or combination of reasons, enough of the conversation has turned bad that now the equilibrium is off. Now every misstep is scrutinized even harder.
Good. Personally, if you're asking me, chat, yes. Would you say it's a bit unfair that like every misstep is like taken to its nth degree now? I'd be like, yeah, it's unfair, but I'll be honest, I don't care about the billion-dollar company, Arlo. Yes, I can't say I give a shit. If anything, I would prefer that. I'd prefer if people were took their billion-dollar corporations to more scrutiny. Yes. If Nintendo did even a slightest misstep resulted in the CEO's house being picketed for a week, maybe they think twice before doing a bad decision. I don't know, Arlo. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, broski.
To an even bigger issue. Now it's a consumer rights issue. Now anyone who engages with Nintendo is anti-consumer. Now it's this great big war. Again, it's
again, as somebody who agrees that Nintendo have been like fucking insane the last 10 years, but also owns a Switch 2. Do you know what I do when someone says that to me, gamers? Do you know what? Arlo, do you know what I do when blur. And this is when the poet Arlo says, but I'm such a big platform, do you expect me to deal with all the blah, 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 blah. To which I say, do you know what I'm gonna do? Chat, I'll be real with you. Do you know what I'm gonna do like if I become 500,000 subs? I'm gonna go, oh hey, Pyro Noob, I've been seeing you in the chat a lot. Have a sword. Go fucking crazy. If you see any dipshits in my comments calling me a shield, kill them. Kill them with you have execute authority. Fucking kill them, okay? Nuke their comments to the fucking basements of my spam filter, okay? That's what you gotta do, Arlo. That's literally what you gotta do. I'm not even kidding. I would literally do that. I'm not even kidding. I would literally give all the most trusted Musquires a fucking sword, and I'd be like, if you see anyone going shill. If you see someone giving me like genuine critique, sure, leave the comment up. Don't touch him. Leave him. If you touch them, I'll fucking kill you. But if you see someone just calling me shill, kill him. Kill him with reckless abandon. Kill him with reckless abandon, broski.
Much bigger subject I don't want to get super deep into here. I'm just saying that despite what some of the community may want, I'm not ready to boycott Nintendo. I still think if you look at their long history, in many ways, they have improved dramatically. Yes, they still do make disappointing choices, as they literally always have. Yes, great success is maybe spurring some less savory, money-minded decisions. Absolutely. And a really scary economic climate is spooking them into jacking up a lot of their prices, as with much of the entire world. But I still believe that there are still people at that company who are genuinely interested in making cool video games, and they are still a heck of a lot easier to support than other companies in their position.
I'm gonna go. I just don't care. I'll just be real with you, Arlo. I just don't care. It's not even that I necessarily disagree with you. Like, I would say Nintendo relative to, say, maybe you could probably line up the war crimes, so to speak, of like EA, your Ubisofts, your Sonys, your Microsofts, and maybe Nintendo's rap sheet is less. But do we give Nintendo less shit for their rap sheet being less, or do we hold them to higher scrutiny because they generally tend to be better? I know which reality I want to be a part of. That's what I'm saying. I know which reality I want to be a part of. The reality that holds Nintendo to the highest standards because they are a company that's like generally much more beloved than the others. You know, it's in the same regard. It's the same reason why, for example, if you're a channel that had like a fraction of the subscriber count, I wouldn't go as hard on you as I would like you as I'm doing now. The reason being, you are someone with a lot more influence than me, and as a result, then the things that you say have more reach. So because you have more reach, it behooves you to give the most sensible take possible. That goes for anybody with a big platform, right? So the kind of guy who's got a smaller reach, their voice isn't going to go as far. So I'm probably going to just like steer them the right way as opposed to like kind of wiggling my finger at them. Nintendo is the billion-dollar company, okay? What they do has ripples on the industry. So of course I'm going to hold them to the highest standards over, say, like a fucking yacht club games. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. It's different. There's levels to it. You know, Nintendo is the big dogs. All right, they are one of the leading faces of the industry. The leading face of the industry, I would say. So it behooves them to be the best they possibly could. And even if they misstep slightly, compared to like an EA that's over here like, oh, fucking yearly sports slop game. I don't care what yearly sports game EA is doing. I care what Nintendo is doing. Okay, I don't know. I just don't know what to tell you. Like, I still don't know what the precedent he's scared of is. We're on such a people online tangent. Yeah, I don't even know what the video is about. Like, the worst part is I was genuinely curious as to like what precedent does a Switch 2 edition set? Because I've not played Jamboree TV, so I was genuinely curious to know what precedent he could be talking about. But instead he says to gluck the billion-dollar company again. Like, again, and I just want to make it abundantly clear, Arlo, if you're not, like, even do you know the worst part is, chat? Me and Arlo are technically on the same team. I'm not ready to boycott Nintendo yet. I have a Switch 2 because I believe that while their practices as of the last 10 years or so, have been fucking dog, I still think they make good games. So as a result, for me and Nintendo, our relationship is purely based on the games. If the games are good, I'm a fan. If the games aren't good, I fucking hate them, right? And that's where I stand with them. But the difference is, I think the difference between me and you is that when people hold them to task, I go, yeah, go for it. Do it. Yeah. But it seems like for you, you want to see like the nuance. You want to like play devil. You want to like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's like, no, there is no I don't know. There is no I don't know. Like, as far as I'm concerned, while the backlash might be overblown, because the internet is always overblown, people are very much justified. Like, it's insane. I don't get it. Honestly, Arlo, you're not paid by them, bro. Why are you defending them so hard? I don't understand.
Good guy Microsoft, sticking it to Nintendo and going back on their own $80 games, bringing prices back to a more reasonable $70. Right after firing 15,000 employees this year alone, despite record profits. And
okay, Arlo, and I'm going to tell you a revolutionary tech, okay? Here is the discourse of Microsoft being cunts. Here is the discourse of Nintendo being cunts. Do you see how I can hold two discourses at once? Isn't it, gamers? Isn't it amazing? Oh, I don't know. I can say that Microsoft are cunts for this, and I can say Nintendo are cunts for this. Is there maybe one that's more cuntier than the other? Maybe. But I can do one thing and the other at the same time. The Microsoft bros should be angry at what Microsoft are doing. The Nintendo bros should be angry at what Nintendo are doing. And the people who are invested in both companies should do both. The reason I haven't talked about Microsoft's layoffs is because I don't really keep tabs of Microsoft, to be honest. If I did, I would have covered this. I keep tabs on Nintendo because that's the company that personally I'm a bit more invested in, at least in terms of their hardware and software. So I'm going to keep more tabs of the discourse around that than I am with Microsoft. But if I was, I would talk about it as well. Crazy how that works, eh, chat? Crazy how we could talk about two things at the same time. Mind-boggling stuff, Arlo. Mind-boggling stuff.
Pledging to pursue AI more aggressively.
I think what's the term for this, chat? I think there's like a fallacy for this. Is this called whataboutism? Is it whataboutism? Is he doing a whataboutism, Arlo? Crazy.
And ever. But
that's the bait tactics 101, brother.
The point is, I do have an anti-consumer barometer, and it is very much functioning, even if it doesn't go off as often as some of you would like.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
There are indeed times when Nintendo makes decisions that I think are very wrong.
I believe you.
I will speak up when I feel that Nintendo has crossed into anti-consumer territory.
Sure, okay.
And Super Mario Party Jamboree Switch 2 edition has my barometer going crazy.
Okay.
In every other case we've observed so far, Switch 2 edition.
So just to clarify, that whole tangent was just to gluck the company and to hand wave his hand at you. By the way, chat. That was the whole. You could have cut that whole tangent. Do you know, Arlo? Do you know what I need you to do, Arlo? I need you to just go in the YouTube editor and cut that whole bit out. Because, like, now you're actually going to get into the conceit that I actually wants to watch this fucking video for. Jesus Christ. I completely forgot this was a Switch 2 edition precedent critique video.
It's meant at its most basic level, a Switch 1 game that has been reworked to run substantially better on Switch 2. Some Switch 2 editions come with new content. Some don't. Some have higher quality textures and lighting, essentially acting as remasters in a sense, or rather, pre-masters. Some don't. But across the board, one thing at least has been promised: better performance. When you buy a Switch 2 edition, whether fresh from retail or through an upgrade pack, that is what you are promised.
And then obviously Jamboree TV didn't offer that, did they? Now, as of now, just to clarify, they did. There is an update now where if you bought the Switch 2 version of Jamboree, you do get enhanced frame rates, but obviously at the time it wasn't, which is insane.
That is what is advertised. Maybe there's some fine print somewhere clarifying in this particular case, but that kind of thing does not hold up in court. There are consumer protection laws in place that disallow companies from tricking us through the use of fine print. Delivering what appears to be promised by the marketing is the most important thing. Switch 2 editions are marketed as Switch 1 games that run better on Switch 2. So calling this a Switch 2 edition is a case of blatant false advertising. And that is not a claim I throw around lightly. It's another term that maybe gets overused a bit, but it's
by who? The people online? The people online? Crazy.
Absolutely valid here. Nintendo is basically tricking us with this game. This is a bait and switch, no pun intended. It's a bad enough case when taken all alone. If I were really invested in Mario Party and really excited to play Jamboree with better graphics, I would be positively furious right now. But as always, it's the implications that disturb me most. It's hard to imagine why
It's almost as if that's why people are mad about $80 games. It's the implication, eh, Arlo? It's the implication, eh, Arlo?
Nintendo would fail to deliver on this promise. I truly cannot fathom a reason. I don't even have an educated guess. Not so much as a shot in the dark. I get that the two modes are separate because of compatibility and stuff, but what does that have to do with the graphics? Why would that somehow prevent them from making the whole game run better? And why would they think that releasing the game like this is okay? How could they possibly believe that this was acceptable? Did they think we wouldn't notice? Is it because it's not quite like a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet situation where even a glance at the gameplay tells you something is seriously wrong?
Okay, I will say, I agree with you, Ollie. You're kind of spitting again, but I just like the fact that the wheel, there's a wheel on either side. Guys, I need to play it with the camera. Who's gonna play? He's got the camera. You can play with me.
Instead, it's the kind of thing your average consumer might not even notice until
Bandy,
they have
do you
the game
wanna
in
play-
front of them. And by then, it's already too late. And if Nintendo's lucky, some of them might not notice at all. I don't like that idea. That really plays into the false advertising angle. I just have so many questions. It's so baffling that something like this is even possible. And of course, maybe the biggest question is, What does this mean for future Switch 2 editions? Is this something we have to look out for now? Is this going to be a thing? Trick Switch 2 editions? You break our trust once, and suddenly we feel like we have to be on our guard. Maybe you could argue that this only happened with Mario Party because of its 2 modes. It would be a little different if they'd given us Tears of the Kingdom and, like, only the sky had been given the visual upgrade. It's not likely that we're gonna get our hands on Kirby and the Forgotten Land Switch 2 Edition plus Star-Crossed World and find that only the new levels have better visuals.
That would be very weird.
Right?
I don't think that's the case.
Is Mario Party something of a weird exception thanks to how the game is formatted? Maybe, but it's kind of like the limited releases thing from back
I still wouldn't justify it, Arlo, if I'm being honest.
In 2020. For all we know, this is the last time this will happen. Just won't come up again for the foreseeable future. But it's still something we've got to worry about now. It sets a terrible precedent. Now we know that it is possible at all for Nintendo to give us a Switch 2 edition that doesn't actually improve the entire game.
Yeah, man, it's also possible that, you know, a Switch 1 game could also run poorly, a la Pikmin 3, huh?
This happened just a couple months after launch, right at the beginning of the generation. It doesn't bode well for the future. And you know what I feel makes all this even weirder, even harder to swallow?
What does?
Super Mario Party Jamboree feels like the only Switch 1 game that was developed with its Switch 2 edition in mind. I mean, maybe with some other games, the devs knew that they'd get to do some sort
Because obviously there's like custom game modes, isn't there? Like with the mouse and what have you. So like obviously they knew it was always going to be on the Switch 2, and yet for some reason they opted not to update it.
Switch 2
weird,
version
very
someday.
weird.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. That's the only reason we never got major DLC for Pikmin 4 or Mario Wonder. But Jamboree, releasing so late in the Switch's life, with a Switch 2 edition announced right at the beginning of the next generation, was clearly built for this exact purpose. This was clearly the plan from the beginning. Give us a Mario Party in 2024 to capitalize on the gargantuan Switch 1 install base, then update it and give it exclusive content for Switch 2 to give that install base a shot in the arm. Best of both worlds, wins all around.
And somehow they fumbled
Honestly,
it.
Up until now, I thought it was a genius strategy. It's just really so smart. So then, what gives?
And they messed it up, Arlo.
And
they messed it up, and we're mad about it, aren't we, guys? We're mad.
Magical reason couldn't
we're so
actually
mad,
be
Arlo.
updated beyond Mario Party mode. Food analogy time. It's like planning years ahead for the release of your fancy new aioli burger. You hype it up.
Aioli?
You advertise the heck out of it.
Guys, what the hell is aioli? I still don't know what aioli is.
Try our new aioli burger in 2025. And then when it comes time to launch, you realize you don't have any garlic. So you just give people the burger with
It's a mayonnaise burger? Fuck it
regular mayonnaise and don't say a thing about it. You don't even acknowledge it. So what was the point of hyping up the aioli? I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of hungry for some aioli now.
I take a lot from Nintendo. I mean, we all do. You just kind of have to accept the bad with the good if you want to play the video games.
Oh, man. Do you have to, though? Guys, just like they said in the Pokemon community, don't settle for less. Fight for more. Okay, Arlo? You're just lying down like a beaten dog. And yeah, I'm willing to fight. Join the musty resistance by hitting the subscribe button, okay?
That's how it works with these big companies. But this is one burger that's a little harder to chew. Now, we do have to ask ourselves another question.
Pokemon fans,
is it possible that Nintendo might patch the game later so that the whole thing runs better on Switch 2? Yeah, I guess technically. I mean, they've patched a whole bunch of Switch 1 games to run better on Switch 2 for free, so I don't see why they couldn't patch this game that people are paying for. Unless, of course, there is some sort of weird problem specific to this game, or this is one of those things where if they fix it, they have to acknowledge it was a thing in the first place.
Nah, they already fixed it, thankfully.
Ignore it forever? I don't know. But yeah, if we're super lucky, they'll end up fixing everything and soothing our worries about future Switch 2 editions. I just don't think I'm feeling very confident here. They've already...
Wait, you're dying Nintendo? Arlo! What's happening? Arlo, what's it? No! Arlo, no! You're not supposed to do it. That's not in your programming. All right, guys, we need to retool him. We need to retool him, chat.
The game multiple times, but they've only fixed bugs and left the rest alone. And even if this does end up being one and done, never a problem again, just a weird fluke, it still positively stinks that Nintendo did it. It's one of those examples where people will be like, Nintendo's evil, and I'll be like, they're not so bad, and they'll be like, remember Super Mario Party Jamboree Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV, and I'll be like, ugh. Right now, this is looking like one of those times when Nintendo has actually really screwed up. Individually, it's not the biggest problem in the world. It's just disturbing that Nintendo is willing to do something like that.
And I like that you're calling them out for it, but I'm just like, very strange that this is what got you out of bed, Arlo. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what kind of fucks with me a little. I'm glad that he's calling this out, because it's true. Like, them releasing a Switch 2 edition without any sort of improved performance is a bad precedent. They did update it later, but like, again, it's a bad precedent. He's right on that. But what? You're willing to die on the cross for Pikmin 3, huh? Arlo? All I'm saying, listen, Arlo. All I'm saying is I'm onto you, okay? I'm onto you, Arlo. All right. It doesn't matter where you go, Arlo. I'm watching you, okay? And I will be there to yell at you for not being a consumer advocate that I want you to be specifically. All right? I will be there to react to one of your videos wherever you are. I'm watching you, Arlo. I'm watching you, Puppet Man.
This. And we just have to hold our breath and see if it becomes more of a problem down the line. And you know what's even worse? I
can't prove it by now. What's even worse?
Not even one new board. Not even one. Mario Party games, they never get DLC. They would rather just move on to the next game. This was their one chance to update a Mario Party game, and we couldn't get one single new board.
Nah, I gotta pay for the second DLC for that.
I don't know.
You hate Nintendo now,
I have had aioli. Have I had aioli?
I don't think I have neither.
Make some aioli.
Yeah, you should hate on Nintendo while you're at it. Make some aioli while saying drop the price.
I am legit gonna make some aioli right now. My mood has improved dramatically.
Not angry enough, Arlo. Not angry enough. Make the whole video again. Make the whole video again, Arlo. You need to be more angry. You need to turn up. Arlo, you're not angry enough. Arlo, you're a shill. You're a shill because I said you are, because you didn't get as angry as I want you to. Okay, so therefore you have to make the whole video again and then come back later. Okay, that's what you have to do. Okay, but either way, honestly, again, the video was interesting because I didn't consider that as a precedent before, but I'm glad that I did now. It's just a shame that it came with a people online disaster class, and I don't know why you do this to yourself, Arlo. I actually have no idea why you do this to yourself. No idea whatsoever. You need to just. All you had to do was just say. Some people sometimes say I'm not as much of a. I don't get as angry as I should. But this is one time where I am, and you could have segued it perfectly. That's all you should have done. That's all you should have done, Arlo. Because like, okay, even if I agree with you that like the hatred's overblown, it's like, firstly, I could totally understand why people are annoyed with Nintendo right now. And secondly, am I gonna give a shit about the billion? Fucking hell, lad. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, I just can't see myself running defense for a company when the hate is kind of justified, if it's a little bit overblown, when they're like, when it's Nintendo. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's Nintendo, broski. Like, I'm not running defense for them. I ain't doing that. But anyway, let's have a look and see what the comments are saying. Are the comments gonna agree with me? Or the comments just eating a whole load of aioli? Let's find out. Not the biggest stinker he's had, but definitely I would say missed the mark. Because you know the scale? It goes missed the mark, stinker, howler, disaster class, absolute disaster class. I would say he missed the mark, personally. I'd say he missed the mark. Closer to a stinker, but I would say he missed the mark with this one, definitely. Because I think the overall video had a good point. It's just he fucking let the haters, he used to flip off the haters, you know what I mean? Which is I don't know why. I don't know why I felt the need to do that. The thing with the name is that it's literally an I. There is no Switch 2 edition of Mario Party Jamboree. There's Jamboree and there's separate executable with unique content in Jamboree TV. But the actual game with unlockables and achievements and record keeping and all save data is entirely untouched. Not even visually upgraded. I kind of wish we could do something about them just saying a game that something isn't, but it's too confusing for people to care. Well, I mean, you're saying something about it right now, and so did Arlo, so at least something's happening, eh? A more reasonable $70. We really are frogs being boiled slowly, huh? Yeah, the industry's cooked. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. I don't know how to say this, man, but hang on, gamers. Hold on, this writing might be fire. But holding major companies to a high level of scrutiny is a good thing, regardless of when it started happening. Gamers, I clapped. I clapped when Safety Surfbot said the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Yes. If it took till now for people to wake up and be like, hang on, Nintendo bad. I'm like, yeah! I've been there for the last 10 years. Yeah, though, I'm glad you're here. Yeah! I'm not gonna go to the protest and be like, oh, hang on, is this a Nintendo bad protest? Yeah, we started 10 years ago, we can't let you in anymore. What do you mean? I just figured this out now? No, mate, we've been doing this for 10 years now. Wrap it up, little bro. Like, no, you're here now, let's go! Let's go! You know? You're being a condescending jerk when you speak to people like this. Just thought I'd put that on your radar, even if you're gonna disagree. No, I think, this is definitely a little bit mean, but like, I'm okay with this. This is like, I would say like a 1 out of 10 mean. This is fine. I wouldn't say condescending jerk, no. I appreciate your actual Giga Chat energy. He killed him, gamers. He killed him. I appreciate your concern. Fucking owned. Actually owned. This is really funny because you saying this makes you a condescending jerk. Not trying to be mean. It's just ironic. True, honestly. It's actually true. I don't agree with the idea that Nintendo's being explosive. I don't think Arlo is neither. So what I'm trying to say is that people like you and OP are forcing your opinion on others as fact. No, he's not. I don't think he's just this is obviously his opinion. Like, oh, is it because is he doing Chase? He's doing that thing. You didn't say I think. You didn't say I think. You didn't say I think. Therefore, you were trying to say your opinion. You didn't say I think. You didn't say I think. It's like this is obviously his opinion. Jesus Christ. I agree that it should be pointed out if it was true. Sometimes they make a product that isn't worth the money, just like every company. It's our job as consumers to not buy the product, so know the level of quality we respect. I respect the way you responded to me and appreciate your explanation of the viewpoint. I also don't think it's my job to argue a counterpoint to this person, but I do see how it's my duty to defend the good spirited people like Arlo when people get nasty for no reason, so I always will. This person's not being nasty, though. Now, again, I just want to make it clear, guys. As a security guard who's had slurs yelled at my face for years, my barometer for what's mean might be a little off. But like, this is like a 1 out of 10 comment. If I'm meannessing it. Maybe even a 0.5 out of 10. Like, if somebody was going to defend me in the comments, defend their goat Sir Moresty, I wouldn't want them to do it to this comment. Do you know what I mean? This is like just a fine comment. Crazy. Anyway. I think the big kicker is when it comes to people's animosity towards current Nintendo, it's not so much the sudden heel turn, but it's been a steady decline into shifty business practices. Putting it Sunday said Nintendo sucks now after the Switch 2 stuff drop. It was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Yes, literally. Like, I didn't wake up one day and go, Nintendo sucks now. I just slowly realized, oh, like, games are not going on sale. They seem to be much less communicative with us than they were before. They just seem to be like, do you know what I mean? Like, I slowly started like putting the gears in my place, and I'm like, oh, Nintendo's not like us anymore. I would say I probably realized this like 5-6 years ago, I would say. I realized, oh yeah, they're not like us. They're not our company anymore. And yeah, it wasn't like all of a sudden, oh, Nintendo are bad now. No, I came to the realization, yeah, that they're acting more like a corporation, and I don't like that. And I'm gonna say things about it. When we're not complaining about anti-switch. Hidden sound test. You gotta like stop being hidden, broski. He can't hear you. At least those had a ton of possible game. No game of Smash was a fun time. Yeah. But were people swearing off Nintendo for good because of 1-2 Switch? Yeah, because people hadn't. At the point where they released 1-2 Switch, it wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back. 1-2 Switch. At the time, I personally wrote off 1-2 Switch as like, I was willing to move past it. Now, if they did 1-2 Switch now, I'm getting mad. Are you joking me? I'm gonna be fucking fuming, lad. Diabolical stuff. Unbelievable. Selective hearing's insane. I think my biggest reason for being annoyed at Nintendo isn't just the prices. They're constantly so openly hostile to their fans. True. Nintendo is constantly shutting down charities for non-profits to anyone who even thinks about playing a Nintendo game. Most other companies would be super excited to be a part of that stuff because it's good publicity, but not Nintendo. They just forced another speedrunning charity to remove all Nintendo games. It feels kind of heartless. I think I read into that. Wasn't it because like they literally didn't like get a license or something like that? I don't know. I actually don't know too much about this, so I'm not going to debunk this claim. But either way, it is kind of shitty of Nintendo to do this. It really is. I ignored 1-2 Switch and was distracted by Breath of the Wild, Odyssey, and Splatoon. Sure. I'll never forget what they did to AM2R. Fucking diabolical. Poor guys. I'll never forget what they did to what was it? There was one Pokemon ROM hack that I was really excited for that they fucking shut down before it could come out. Or they sent a cease and desist to. Was it Uranium? I don't remember what it was called, but they did that for like Pokemon. Yeah, it's Uranium. I think it was Uranium. I think it was Uranium. Yeah, yeah. Fucking dog shit company, man. Nintendo's always done this. I don't see why the narrative shifted. It's not that Nintendo's changed. The audience is now willing to call it out. Guys, can we get this guy to 1,000 likes? Have a good one, Jelani. Yeah, peace out, man. You're far too generous. Okay, have a good night. I'll just obviously understand that some of us are tired of Nintendo. I'm honestly you'll very rarely catch me saying this, chat. But I'm actually like really glad that people are calling him out. Normally, like when a comment section is a comment section, I'm not really fussed one or another, you know. But like I'm actually kind of like I'm kind of glad that people are just saying, yeah, Arlo, you're kind of being like a bit of a. You're kind of being a bit of a. Look, even here, like, I'm sorry, I'll have to disagree. Like, many people pointed out, this has been going on for far too long. I'm personally tired of ignoring it. $80 for a Mario Kart game that's open world mechanic that seems as empty as a desert. New game key cards that I hate. Nintendo bricking consoles. It's a dubious claim. Doesn't sit well with me. There's a lot more reasons, but I'm tired of acting like these aren't problems. Until Nintendo changes, I'm done with them. I'll stick my Switch One. Yeah, good on you, brother. Good on you. Good. More of us need to do this. Stop buying this shitty products because of childhood nostalgia. Stop buying bad gamers every time. Every fucking time, gamers. Every fucking time. Just like clockwork, gamers. Just like clockwork. It doesn't matter where you are. Pokemon will always catch a stray. It doesn't matter where you are, gamers. Without fail, it happens every time. It's so funny at this point. It really is. The tree, guys, the trees. The trees. Hey guys, what if we stop buying the slop? I clapped, gamers, I clapped. I clapped when Bright90 said that, you know, I'll vote. Dude, unironically did that, but what about this other bad thing Nintendo did? Oh, man. Yeah, crazy, huh? I'm sorry, Arlo, I don't know. A lot, literally, so many of the... Holy shit. Good lord, look at the comments here, gamers. So many of them. I'm sorry, Arlo, I don't agree with the take here. Nintendo's been showing their grid for years now. It's not some new sudden thing that we're mad at them. Remember they first charged for their shit Wi-Fi? And it's only gotten increasingly worse over time. I cannot condone the underhanded things they've been doing in the guise of, oh, but the tariffs. Real. I don't think the Nintendo criticism is a narrative shift, but more so people have hit a tipping point. Patterns of overcharging for shallow content is becoming a little too apparent. Yeah, the discourse drives the conversation a lot, but I think it's continually growing dissatisfaction of how normal this kind of thing is becoming for Nintendo. Also, I understand you're trying to rationalize not boycott Nintendo, but like you specifically, don't think Nintendo's business practices are good to buy their products. As a content creator, you have the power to buy Nintendo's products and give people an informed perspective on whether it's worth buying and why. This means you have the power to help people realize that increasing amount of Nintendo products are raw deals. I'd argue that is a bigger net positive than publicly announcing you're not buying their products. Actually, like, generational comment. Holy shit. Literally said what I wanted to say, but actually a generational comment. Literally, what happens any single time somebody comes into my chat and says, Moresty, should I get a Switch 2? Every single time without fail, do you know what I've said? I've said, if it's worth buying for you, buy it. I have never said, yeah, you should buy the Switch 2. I'm having fun with the Switch 2. I love my Switch 2. But as a consumer advocate, I'm not going to tell you personally to buy a console because I'm having fun with it. There's Mario Kart World, there's DK Bonanza, there's Dragon Drive, there's Kirby DLC. We've got Air Riders coming up. We've got PLZA, we've got Metro Prime. Those are on Switch 1 as well. Make your own decision. You know, I'm having fun with it. I'm enjoying it. If me having fun with it kind of motivates you about them, sure, but I'm not going to use that as a, barometer to judge your engagement with it. I'm not doing that. And we've got S3 as a stable frame rate, of course. For me, it was worth the money. But if it's not worth the money for you, like, you make the decision. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell you what to buy. So again, you, Arlo, one of your biggest strengths is that you're a consumer advocate. Instead of saying, you should stop being so mean to Nintendo, you should tell us, you should do what you did in this video, literally. You should do what you did in this video and say, this is a bad precedent, Nintendo shouldn't be doing this. The whole, like, 2-3 minute tangent of you, like, defending your stance of not boycotting them was functionally useless. Instead, you should practice what you preach instead of just preaching it constantly. Fucking actually insanity, honestly. I don't get it. Being an influencer gets you sponsored by big tech and you can afford the private yacht as a result. Fucking hell, man. If Arlo has a private yacht, I don't want to listen. He sounds miserable, bro. I don't want that private yacht money if this is how I end up. I'll be so for real with you, chat. I want to make it very clear. I fucking love money, okay? I fucking love it. Whenever I see someone super chat to me, I gain extra lifespan, okay? I fucking love that shit. If selling my soul to Father Nintendo means I have to sound half as chilly as Arlo, yeah, just put a bullet in the back of my brain. I'm sorry. Like, just get rid of me. Just get rid of me tonight. Just get rid of me tonight. Don't even inform my next of kin. Just get rid of me, man. Fucking hate this shit, man. Please remember that Nintendo's... Thank you. Fucking thank you. Oh my god. Honestly. And whatever you love about the brand comes from the fact that people creating the games themselves, never a business. See, again, I gained an extra month of my lifespan, gamers, because Jacob EL gave me $1, a Canadian dollar, gamers. I'm gonna use that to good effects, okay? I'm gonna use that to great effect and buy various things with it, things and stuff. A company is not associated with the arts. The business it's business, money, stocks, bureaucracy, marketing, etc. And that's what people are frustrated with. Nintendo doesn't care about you because a company isn't a person. So trying to practice disassociating things you love with the games made under their umbrella from the business and finances from the business that finances and approves these projects. Yeah, exactly. I don't get it. I don't get it personally. I don't get it. Listen, well said, Mr. Cliffy man. They're not your friend, okay? They're a company that needs line to go up. You know what I mean? Let people decide for themselves. Yeah, they should. I don't get it. Oh, that's clearly literally true, honestly. Oh no, Nintendo did not open the $80 per game flood gift because of the tariffs. Come on. Man, there's way more comments calling him out than I thought there were. Holy shit, man. Way more comments here, gamers. Way more comments. I think a lot of people are forgetting that there's a space between pro-consumer and anti-consumer. Sometimes it's just a consumer. I think, literally, that's me. That's literally me. These comments are chewing way too hard, man. I genuinely don't get it, chat. For someone as relatively speaking as shilly as Arlo, his comments are like relatively switched on. Like, you know, like if I was to look at the comment sections of like the Switch forces and the beat 'em ups of the community, right? Like these are just unabashed shills. They literally like get on their hands and knees every day, right? The comments are like in turn, right? Like as shilly and as like, yeah, like the Nintendo lands of the world too. But like Arlo's someone who's like relatively, I would say like, you know, carrying it. I wouldn't say he's a shill, but he's definitely carrying a little too much water for Nintendo, 100%. But the comments aren't buying it, which I think is, yeah, like it's fair. I genuinely think this is fair. Again, just to clarify, I wouldn't call Arlo a shill, but like he definitely is carrying too much water. 100%, honestly. I think, well, y'all outraged for this other thing argument is completely invalid. Things are different now. Poor people being squeezed now, punishment, literally. I think Arlo's literally just forgotten the graft of a hard day's work. Because there's no way any former working class Andy's going to say this. I'm sorry, man. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, man. I don't care how rich I get. I will never. I close my eyes, and like I'm back in the fucking building, working a 12-hour shift, standing on my feet. Like, this is the reality for people, man. Fucking hell, man. I don't know how you forget that. I don't know how you forget that. I don't make any inferences as to your life, but like, again, it's just, I just don't get it. I could never forget it. That's what I'm saying, honestly. I think it's from how much Arlo's kind of under scrutiny for the past year or so. If Arlo's decided to like, I don't know, like carry a bit more water, like as a kind of what's the word I'm looking for? If he decided to carry a bit more water as like an answer to like people maybe like calling him out the other way or something like that, I just think that's very immature. Like, don't get me wrong, like I've definitely had instances where like someone will like recommend I watch a video a little too much, and it'll put me off ever watching because I fucking hate people that do that way too much. But like when it comes to like no, I mean it's the audience response noise, but okay, fair. But like yeah, I've had instances, just to finish my point, I've had instances where like people were like, you have to watch the video, and I just don't want to watch the video anymore. But like when it comes to like my takes, I don't think that'll ever be the case. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't think my takes are that flimsy that I'm willing to change depending on people's answers. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sure all it means well. Being poisoned by the increase in Nintendo hate and the Switch 2 is causing the shift more towards the other side. I think that's literally what it is. I genuinely think that's what it is. And for me, I think I have a very good ability. I'm going to glaze myself. I think I have a very good ability to like denoise and see the nuance in the middle. I think I have an amazing ability to do that. I can see where everyone's coming from, and I can like form my own opinion, you know? I think I'm very good at that. It seems like the more videos I watch, the more I realize not as many people are as good at it as I am. Which is, I don't think I have like a fucking unique talent. I think people can get good at it. People can get good at it, but it's just, it's kind of something you just have to be cognizant of, I suppose, eh? I don't know, it seems like all the people are just calling him out correctly, you know? Oh, classic. Arlo's Arlo, you got hit with the sob prayer hands. Oh no! Actually, bruv, when you get hit with the when you get hit with the sob prayer hands, yeah, it's Arlo. Yeah, you're cooked, bro. See, the music faded out perfectly, really. Oh my god, I'm a new viewer, and it sucks that he's falling off when I literally just started watching him. Fucking hell, ref. Fucking hell, that's diabolical. Thank you so much. Sleepy Space. An extra year on my lifespan for that $10 super chat. Let's go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really, really do. Of course, you're never under any sort of obligation to super chat, but it's very much appreciated, and I'll happily take your money. I mean, I do need to upgrade my lights. My lighting is fucking shit, honestly. I've had the same light since for like 9 years now. I need to like upgrade my lighting, so that money will go towards buying an Elgato key light, I guess. But either way, we'll leave it. We'll leave it there. Arlo, honestly, I think when you were actually, you know, talking about this scary precedent, I think this video was interesting. But when you were talking about your stance on the people on the line, I think that it was diabolical. So what I will say, Arlo, is stop carrying water for the company. How you feel is how you feel. And if people are going to critique you, people will critique you. There are some people that think I am just as bad as Felicify. And there's some people that think I show too much for Nintendo. There's some people that think I'm a bit too anti-Nintendo. And do you know what I do every time? I just go... I literally have my eyes show speed, like close my eyes and smile, because that's all you can do. You know, don't cry that people are telling you this. Smile, because it means that you're in their head, broski. So overall, missed the mark. I wouldn't say a stinker, but missed the mark, Arlo. You missed the mark with this one. And next time, stop being so fucking online, broski. Just say your piece and put the fries in the bag.
Epilogue.
So last time we covered, or as of now it is yesterday, we covered this video by Arlo. The Switch 2 edition sets a scary precedent as he's talking about Mario Party Jamboree. Now, while the informative part of this video was interesting, the part where he talks about the fact that graphical upgrades do not come as standard with a Switch 2 edition. They had to update it after. Obviously, he didn't know that at the time. But the fact that it didn't come with a graphical update was not good. It was not a good precedent, which I thought was good. I thought it was a good thing for him to point out. It was good for him to talk about anti-consumer practices. Now, obviously, what bogged down this video and what made it a bit of a stinker, was that he spent a good chunk in the middle here after his Jamboree review, giving us the whole, people want me to be mad at Nintendo, and I'm just not mad at them. What about Microsoft, guys? What about Microsoft? The issue with this was that, like, he kept playing. I understand where he's coming from in the sense that if he doesn't feel like he wants to boycott, he shouldn't. What I'm saying is that obviously at the moment it's kind of hate for Nintendo, whether justified or not, is kind of in. So you kind of have to tank the psychic damage and stay true to your morals, right? Which is something that evidently he finds extremely hard to do because he's still whinging about it to this fucking day, right? Now, somebody recommended this video, Nintendo Isn't the Same Anymore by Scott Stash. Now, I'll give you a spoiler alert, we're not watching this because I watched the whole thing and it was 30 minutes of either me saying, really? Or true! He just said it how it was. He was just like, instead of defending Nintendo, what he told you is Nintendo's always been this way. He didn't try and whataboutism. He didn't try and like complain about Microsoft. He just said it how it was, and that the various claims people make are either dubious, true, or false. He went through an entire every single claim that was made, i.e., Nintendo's the affordable option. One thing I actually learned is that that's something I would used to say, the Nintendo's the affordable option. But he actually showed with evidence that that wasn't always necessarily the case. Like during the PS1 and N64 era, the N64 was actually the more expensive option. So it kind of varied. Like the Game Boy was the cheap option at the time, the GameCube and the Wii were, but it wasn't always the case. So even that claim is a bit dubious at best. He basically went through every claim that people were making and went and kind of either said true, said false, or said essentially yeah, they've always been this way. And I think he ended the video off on the perfect note when he said,
the point is, folks, you can hate the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo these days all you want. Hey, there's some annoying things, and there's some things to be critical about. But if you're gonna hate modern Nintendo, always realize some things never change.
You see how he managed to criticize modern Nintendo and old Nintendo without being like but what about Microsoft? There's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And seeing this video just made me dislike this even more, because he bogged down what was already a pretty decent video, a Jamboree review, and then him saying graphical upgrades not being part of standard sets a bad precedent, with 3.5 minutes of, but why is everyone being mean to me? Listen, broski, just put the video in the bag, Arlo, okay? Just put the fucking... This is what it looks like when you just put the video in the bag, all right? It was informative, it was punchy, it was paced well, it was amazing. And this is just a second channel upload, all right? So let it be known that my epilogue for this is Scott wins, Arlo loses, okay? That's my addendum, basically. That's all I wanted to share, because watching that video just made me annoyed at Arlo's coverage even more, basically. But it is what it is. Arlo just has a case of the people online-isms, and brother, you need to get over it, okay? Get over it, puppet man. Or I'll see you at the McDonald's line, one of the two, okay? One of the two.